He's a one-man army. He's the guy who can destroy you, who can really manipulate the game the right way. There is no good matchup for him. He's a really unique player, and personal, he's a really good guy, like really a guy who you can hang out with.
And I was kind of expecting the same thing with Luka, but with Luka it's completely different. He's just kind of going at his own pace. You don't feel like he's about to do anything.
Arguably the MVP of the league right now. The team is winning.
Ever since Luka Doncic stepped into the NBA in 2018, he's been nothing short of a scoring machine. Night after night, opponents have tried everything to slow him down. And if your favorite NBA player's team has faced the Dallas Mavericks, chances are they've had to deal with Luka's magic firsthand. Some players went all out, trash-talking and competing fiercely against him. Others, instead, recognized greatness when they saw it and gave Luka his flowers. So, how did your favorite NBA star stack up against Donny? And more importantly, what do they really think about him? Let's dive in as we explore the raw, unfiltered opinions of NBA stars. Take Nikola Jokic, for example, another European sensation and one of the most thrilling players in the league today. Much like Luka, Jokic makes the game look effortless, playing at a pace that almost feels slower than everyone else, yet completely in control. Famous for his jaw-dropping passing and scoring ability, he isn't the most athletic guy on the floor, and in that way, he shares a striking similarity with Donny, both redefining how basketball is played. Nikola Jokic once joked about what it would be like to team up with Luka at the 2022 All-Star Game. "We're doing a pretty good job, but I don't know how we're going to do it. He's not athletic, I'm not athletic, so I don't know how we're going to match." That's classic Joker humor, but behind the laughs is a real respect between the two European stars. Luka hasn't been shy either. He's openly said he'd love to team up with Jokic someday. Imagine that, two of the most skilled players on earth, both from the Balkan Peninsula, running the floor together, and it's not just Nikola who's shown respect. After Luka buried a game-winning 3 against the Grizzlies in April 2021, Ja Morant himself, one of the league's most electrifying young stars, gave Luka his flowers. "It was a great game for us. We were in a position to win, but Luka made a difficult shot. We tried to force him into the toughest look possible, and he still hit it. That's what great players do." Morant even praised another insane shot Luka hit over him in the fourth quarter. "I told him, good shot, man. That was probably the best defense I've played all year." That's the mark of respect only real hoopers give each other. Like all greats, Ja sees Luka not just as competition, but as motivation, to push himself and get better every single day. And with stars like Luka, Jokic, and Ja headlining the new generation, one thing is clear: the NBA is in very good hands. One of the NBA's most endearing players is undoubtedly Boban Marjanovic, often called the Gentle Giant. Boban and Luka were teammates on the Mavericks for 3 seasons, and it's no secret, Boban is one of Luka's all-time favorite teammates. After a Mavericks vs Rockets game in November 2022, a reporter asked Boban if he thought Luka had improved since the previous season. His answer? Pure Bobby. "Luka is always great. Always the best. He's doing things that nobody else can do. What he is doing, I don't know another person that can do that. And I don't say this because he is my friend, though he really is a good friend to me. But it's true. I support him with all my heart. That's my guy right there. That's vintage Boban, genuine, loyal, and full of love." The bond between him and Luka is something fans never get tired of, but it's not just Boban. Luka's influence has stretched far beyond Dallas, inspiring a whole generation of young players around the world. Nikola Jovic of the Miami Heat, a rising Serbian talent, grew up watching Luka dominate, and on draft night he openly credited Dončić as one of his biggest inspirations. Jovic made it clear he studies everyone. "I watch a little bit of everyone. Whether it's Luka in the pick and roll, the Joker in the low post, or Jimmy Butler's defense, something from everyone." And with Luka as a model, his future looks bright. But if we're talking about Luka's defining moments, one stands above the rest. The 2022 Western Conference Semifinals. Luka versus the Suns. Everyone remembers it, Luka Doncic laughing directly in Devin Booker's face while dismantling Phoenix in a Game 7 blowout. The beef started earlier in the series. In Game 5, Booker had plenty to say. When asked about defending Luka, both he and Chris Paul dismissed him like he was just another guy. That lack of respect lit a fire. Luka didn't snap back, he simply dropped a line that echoed through the series: "It's easy to act tough when you're winning." And then he backed it up. In the final 2 games, Luka unleashed one of the most dominant playoff stretches in recent memory, torching the 64-win Suns and sending them home humiliated. In the end, Luka had the last laugh. After that humiliating Game 7 loss, Devin Booker approached him, apologized for the trash talk, and wished him luck for the rest of the playoffs. Lesson learned: when it comes to Luka Doncic, it's better to show respect than to run your mouth. One player who's always shown that respect is Bogdan Bogdanovic. Like Luka, Bogdan carved his way through the EuroLeague before jumping to the NBA. He knows the grind. The two even crossed paths in heated FIBA battles, representing their countries. When asked about Luka, Bogdan kept it simple: "I like the way he plays. European basketball is on a different level right now. I think European players are adjusting quicker than before. If you're smart, you catch up quickly. And Luka is definitely smart." Another name forever linked with Luka's rise is DeAndre Ayton. Drafted number 1 overall in 2018, the same year Luka went third, Ayton has carried the burden of constant comparisons. Many have questioned Phoenix's choice, but Ayton never let jealousy creep in. Instead, he's developed into one of the league's most reliable big men, while showing nothing but respect for Luka's talent. Unlike some rookies who struggled to earn the respect of their peers, Luka had it from day one. During his rookie campaign, when he was already the clear frontrunner for Rookie of the Year, DeAndre Ayton openly praised him. "I watch his games all the time. He's a beast. When I first saw him, I was like, oh, what the heck? There's no way he's a rookie. He's been there before. He's been in situations like these." Off the court, Luka and Ayton's connection grew even stronger. Both are represented by Bill Duffy's BDA Sports Agency, and that bond helped form a friendship that's rare in an era where competition often breeds rivalry. Another European big man who shared the floor with Luka is Kristaps Porzingis. Their partnership in Dallas didn't exactly deliver the success fans imagined, and rumors swirled about tension between the two. But both Luka and Kristaps shut that down quickly, making it clear there was no bad blood, only respect. Porzingis himself put it best: he's just a natural-born talent. He was born for this. To see the things he's capable of doing on a basketball court is just insane. He doesn't even think about it, he just plays instinctively. It comes naturally to him. It's really cool to play with a high-level basketball player like him. If both could have stayed fully healthy, their story might have looked very different. They should both be around the league for a long time, and as fans, we can only hope Luka and Kristaps give us more memories as rivals than they ever did as teammates. When it comes to respect, one player who never sugarcoats things is Damian Lillard. Dame is as real as it gets. He'll either talk you up or talk you down depending on what you deserve. And when it came to Luka, Dame didn't hesitate to give him credit. After facing the Mavericks in November 2022, Lillard explained just how tough Luka is to deal with. "He's a tough cover. He's crafty, getting a lot of foul calls, going into the post, keeping you moving. And the guys around him spread the floor, so he's always playing for matchups. He's definitely a tough cover." And it's not just current stars noticing. Following Luka's game-winning three-pointer against the Grizzlies in April 2021, his brilliance was recognized by none other than LeBron James. In awe of the shot, LeBron remarked that it was the mark of a player who thrives under pressure, turning a difficult moment into an opportunity to shine. Moments like these show just how quickly Luka forced his way into the conversation, not just as a young star, but as someone the game's elite openly respect. It's unmistakably clear that Luka Donciic's impact stretches far beyond the box score. His performances don't just win games, they shape the way the modern game is played. With legends like LeBron James not only acknowledging his greatness but openly drawing inspiration from it, the future of the league looks brighter than ever, carried forward by pillars of excellence like Luka, but rising alongside him are new challenges. And one of them is Boston Celtics star Jayson Tatum. Tatum is not a player you want to underestimate. After back-to-back stellar seasons, including leading Boston to the NBA Finals, he entered the 2022 campaign on a mission. When the Celtics and Mavericks clashed on November 24, 2022, the stage was set. Despite being questionable before tip-off, Tatum suited up and put on a show, dropping 37 points. But the real statement came late in the game, when Tatum stuffed Luka at the rim with a clutch block. The two superstars exchanged some light-hearted trash talk in the moment, but after the game, Tatum laughed it off. "Yeah, we joked about it. I told him I had to block him because I didn't want him dunking on me." It was a snapshot of what's to come, two young faces of the league pushing each other higher, while entertaining fans every step of the way. Tatum summed it up best after the game. "If I really thought he was going to dunk, I wasn't going to let that happen." As a competitor, in matchups like these against one of the best players in the league, you don't get many chances. "I wasn't going to miss this one." He later added even more respect. "He's obviously one of the best players in the league. A special talent. Somebody I respect. I really like competing against a guy like that." And Tatum isn't alone in that respect. Another young star who has crossed paths with Luka is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. One of the trickiest players to defend in today's game, Shai's style is tailor-made for the modern NBA. Smooth, unhurried, and confident, he has a way of bending defenses to his rhythm. After a New Year's matchup where Luka dropped 35 points but couldn't stop OKC from stealing the win, behind Dennis Schroeder and Shai's all-around impact, SGA showed just why he's already becoming a nightmare matchup. Despite shooting just 6 of 15 from the field, Shai dominated the glass, pulling down 10 rebounds, rare work for a young guard. When asked about the challenge of guarding Luka, Shai didn't hesitate. Shai put it simply, "Guarding Luka without fouling is tough. He's crafty, and when you're crafty, it's easier to draw fouls. That's a skill set only a couple of guys in this league have, and he's one of them." From crafty guards to versatile big men, Luka's challenges come in all shapes and sizes. Bam Adebayo is the perfect example, a modern big who can dribble, pass, defend, and knock down the mid-range. He's had his moments against Luka, but more often than not, it's Dončić who walks away with the win. Still, when Bam and the Heat pulled off a thrilling overtime victory against Dallas, a night where Bam recorded a triple-double with 18 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists, Luka's night ended early with an injury just 2 minutes into the game. Afterward, Bam didn't talk about himself, he spoke about Luka, his special. He's one of those guys you can't speed up. He plays at his own pace, and that makes him unique. He's not really fast, but he does so many special things. He's a big part of why Dallas has been successful. And Bam isn't the only big man Luka has earned praise from. After facing the Mavs in January 2020, Finnish forward Lauri Markkanen didn't hold back in his post-game interview. Lauri Markkanen summed it up best after going head-to-head with Luka. "He's unbelievable. He's having a great year, playing at a very high level with a lot of confidence. He seems to be enjoying the game so much, and he's doing a really great job. That joy Luka plays with is contagious, but it doesn't make him any easier to defend." Lonzo Ball, one of the league's best perimeter defenders when healthy, once said his favorite challenge was guarding Luka. "I just try to get into him as much as I can. Luka's a great player, and if guys like that don't have a hand in their face all night, they're going to kill you. My job is to make things as hard as possible."